Now, next along is Roe Hayton and Troubled Man. This is the Jans, a $100,000 two-year-old Group 3 race. And I reckon one of the trophies here is the trainer might, or even the owner might get Jan's champagne according to his weight. I've got some scales out on the presentation dais. Interesting. Set for a start. Blue's right. Mr. Watermark in a white cap. They have fairly similar colours, as you can see. Set for the Jans, and they're racing in the Jans. Crest of Gold was out fast and away nicely today. Blue's driving through one off. On the inside, Undenied is going to have the speed to hold them out, and then Roe Hayton, followed by Flash Henry, Troubled Man. Second last is Mr. Watermark, and last is West Ace. Undenied on the inside of Crest of Gold. They lead the Jans at the 800 by a couple on Roe Hayton. A neck away fourth on the inside, Flash Henry, and two to Blur, just ambling along. After being one of the first away from the gates, he settled back worse than midfield on the outside of Mr. Watermark from Troubled Man, and West Ace is last. Coming around the turn at the 600-metre mark in the Jans, and the pilot is Undenied, ahead in front of Crest of Gold. Third, Roe Hayton. Oliver's getting Blur to the outside. He's going to try and swoop over these today, and Troubled Man's getting him going before the turn. He's come right to the outside, then West Ace, Flash Henry, Mr. Watermark at the 300 in the Jans, and the pilot now Crest of Gold. Undenied fights back, then Roe Hayton, and now Blur given his head by Damien. Oliver's moving up on the outside, but Roe Hayton's responding. It's Roe Hayton and Blur. They've drawn clear of Troubled Man down the outside with Undenied. Still Roe Hayton the leader. Blur's trying to reach him, but Roe Hayton refuses to give in, and Roe Hayton won by a long neck to Blur. They beat the others easily. 5 away. Troubled Man got third from Undenied. Then Mr. Watermark from West Ace, followed home by Crest of Gold, and Flash Henry was last in 1:12.03. Number 2, Roe Hayton, ridden by Noel Callow for Robbie Lang at Sutton Grange. Robbie's had a good carnival. He won the Derby with Pantani. And wasn't this bloke gutsy over the final stages? Refused to give up to Blur. All stops are out today with Blur, but he's just run into one a little bit better in running. He sat behind him, and he's made up probably a half a length on him, but not enough to win the race.
Good tough win by Roe Hayton, number 2. He'll make a nice 3-year-old. In fact, let's hear from the winning trainer. I think he's with Graham.
Yes, Robbie Lang joins me right now. And Robbie, you really have a good horse here.
Yeah, he's bred to run a 1.25 miles, Graham, but he's got brilliant speed and a very tough horse to boot.
How did you think about his chances going into that race today?
I thought he was a good thing.
Yeah, did you really? Yeah, you had a smile when I saw you down here in the mounting yard. Tell me about Noel Callow. You got a big opinion of Noel Callow too?
He's in the top 4 in Victoria, can't ride under 54. No one beats him for vigour. He was apprenticed to my dad, myself and a few other trainers. He's very dedicated now, and you know, him and Damien Oliver fought it out. Strength-wise, not much between them.
Yeah. You're on pretty happy terms with yourself coming around the home turn, because you look to be travelling okay.
Look to be travelling okay. I suppose the betting man would have liked to have been on Blur halfway up the straight, but I've got a great rap for this horse's guts, and I thought he'd win.
Okay. Now let's hope it keeps continuing for you, because you've got Pantani to come in the Adelaide Cup, which of course Pantani, as we know, won the Derby for you. It's a terrific thrill.
Yeah. Look, he's a big staying type of horse. Got to overcome 53 kilos, but I couldn't be happier with him. Yeah, trained right on.
Trained right on?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Good.
Robbie, all the best to you, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, very happy. Robbie Lang, and very reasonably too, after he's got a pretty smart one there in the shape of Roe Hayton, as Alf joins me. We're having a good chat about this prior to the race. Gee, he looks every bit of a very good horse, doesn't he?
Well, Graham, I think it typifies too where you get a horse like Blur that looked better today than what it did last week, but we did say that Roe Hayton was probably the best value and, in fact, was the clear standout in terms of appearance in the yard. And, well, it proved us right, because he's a lovely-looking horse. I really do believe he's got a terrific future.
He's going for a spell now.
Yeah, he'll go for a spell. He'll come back in the spring. Oh, look, I really do like the horse from day one when he won at Flemington.
He's having a good carnival, Robbie, isn't he?
Actually, Robbie's flying. He's absolutely flying at the moment.
More ways than one.
As is Noel.
As is Noel, yeah. All right, that's about it, Mark. Matt, we'll take it back to you.
No problem, Graham. And, of course, part of the trainer's trophy for that race is a bottle of champagne, Hilton was saying before the race, for every kilo that the winning trainer weighs. So Robbie's in for a big night tonight, Robbie Lang, but I wouldn't have any ideas how many bottles he might be taking home with him. After row...
Ahead, in front of Silvana, number 3. Easy Landing has met with support. So too is Market Price, and it's Oliver Beer. And at longer odds, Newtown Jet. You're getting very good value on the tote about Newtown Jet. All right, Alfie boy, you've had a good look at them?
Newtown Jet looks very well too, Graham.
Yeah,
yes, I did notice it. You mentioned it, and it looks particularly well. However, I can't include them all. I've actually changed my selections around here. I originally had Silvana on top, but after having that run last week, I just didn't think she presented quite as well. So I've put number 1, Easy Landing, on top. Has trained on perfectly. Very strong, got a lot of courage, this horse, and his performance at Victoria Park in the win was very good, beating Dandify, and to me looks as if he's made more headway after that performance. Number 4, Consular, has taken no harm by its performance in Melbourne, comes here today, it'll run well, drawn beautifully too to have the perfect run, is coming back in ground a little bit, may be the only deterrent there. I've also included number 5, Market Price. Now, it's been a long time since I've seen her look as good as she does today. Now, her run last start wasn't too bad, got back in a slowly run race and still was beaten just outside 3.5 lengths. Now, she will get back in a race like this, and there should be respectable speed on, I believe. Look good. I'm sure it'll run well, gets its chance here today. Got a little bit of slow track form too, which will come in handy. I've marked them 1 ahead of 4, 5 and 3. Silvana I've put into 4th spot.
Okay, and as I said, Newtown Jet is overs on the tote at the moment in Singo's colours.
Yes, it certainly is. And there was one other horse that's paying massive odds on the tote here, number 11, Maron Chevelle. Now, I was talking to Stuart Gow just a minute ago. I said, Stewie, this looks particularly well. He said, Alf, he said, it's unfortunately, it's got the heart the size of a pea, but it does look very good. So I suppose whatever you'd like to read in and out of that, suit yourself.
I think it's pretty clear. Over a mile?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so there it is, and the favourite here is Consular. You're getting good odds on the tote about that, but Alf's keen on number 1, and that is Easy Landing. Righto, Matt, it's all yours.
Thanks, Graham. 4th on that
Market Price goes up. Oliver Beer next along. Still about 5 more to move in. Oliver Beer's right. Maron Cheval and Lord Kingston to come forward. Now 4:20, number 4. Consular, the favourite, from Silvana at 4:30. A great battle. Newtown Jet is in. We wait on Lord Kingston and Hand Pass for the Pope Packaging Stakes. Listed race. 1 mile. Silvana comes forward. She's in. Dashing win last start in the Marsh Classic when she led all of the way, or soon after she took control, went slowly and then held off a lot of late finishes. Well, there's one of them rocking the gates. They settle again. Easy Landing's right. Set, and they're racing now in the Pope Packaging. And Consular from the inside was away pretty well. Maron Cheval's going for the lead. And Oliver Beer's going to race right on the speed today. Easy Landing trapped out a little deep early around Brother Mayer, being followed by Silvana and then Umaline, who's back on the inside of Hand Pass and Newtown Jet. Second last is Lord Kingston, and Market Price is last. 1,200 metres to go, and Maron Cheval led by 2 lengths to Oliver Beer. 2 away, third was Easy Landing, and about 2.5 further back, Silvana on the outside of Consular. Then a length to Hand Pass around Brother Mayer, being followed by Lord Kingston. Then Newtown Jet, Umaline, and last is Market Price. Maron Cheval's running them along at the 1,000. Leads by 2 to Oliver Beer, and 3 away, Easy Landing. And both those horses are travelling nicely. 4 further back, Silvana on the outside of Consular. Then Hand Pass around Brother Mayer, followed by Lord Kingston. Newtown Jet, Umaline, and Market Price, a 3 wide mover. 700 metres to go. Maron Cheval running along in front for Bryan Park. 2 clear of Oliver Beer. 2 away, Easy Landing, and Silvana starting to get them going. She's moving up 3 deep. Then Consular, followed by Lord Kingston. Well back, coming around the turn, Hand Pass from Market Price. Brother Mayer's under the bat. Then came Umaline likewise, and Newtown Jet around the corner. Maron Cheval rolled off the inside. Oliver Beer went up on the outside to take the lead. Silvana's coming home well, and Consular along the rails. And then Lord Kingston, the rest headed up by Market Price. Silvana, she's raced to the lead at the 200. She's racing tightly with Oliver Beer, who fights back. Market Price making ground behind these. Silvana from Oliver Beer, then Market Price. Silvana won't give up. She's hanging on, Silvana. She got in. Silvana a half head. Back-to-back Adelaide victories. What a mare. Second in the race was Oliver Beer, and third Market Price. Gee, it came home well from Lord Kingston. Then Newtown Jet, Marin Cheval, Easy Landing. Conchula was disappointing in the straight from Humaline Hand Pass and Brother Mayer in 1:28 and 62. Silvana, number 3, won the Marsh Classic, and now she's taken the Pope Packaging Stakes. Brett Preble for Barry James at Ballarat. Oliver Beer, he fought back when she got onside. He wasn't going to give it up easily. The margin will be about a half head. Silvana will hang on and win from Oliver Beer and Market Price. It'll be 3, 8, and a big effort by the third horse to make up that ground, number 5, Market Price. $17 the Quinn, 162.20 the trifecta on Unitab. 385 and our semaphore.
All right, Hilton, thanks. There was a delay with correct weight at Flemington. The rider of the third horse exercised his right to have a look at the video.
4 Adelaide Cups, the first of them going way back, about 1969, I think it was with Napur.
Yeah, Napur. Yeah.
Napur, and Amarant was another one.
Amarant, yeah.
And our Pompey.
Yeah,
he won it twice.
That's right. That's
now,
right.
Hey, George, you've got 2 good runners here.
Yes.
First of all, Mr. Prudent, he's been a really good stayer for you,
yes.
as we know, beaten an eyelash in the Sydney Cup. How's he been going?
Quite good. He's done very well. I'm pleased with him. He's fitting well.
Yeah. Forget he's running the Warrnambool Cup.
Well, he was running home well.
Yeah.
He was running home.
Yeah. This is his distance, isn't it?
Yeah, this is his distance.
Yeah. Okay. So, and he's got Greg Childs aboard, and you've got a nice barrier.
Good. Yeah.
All's well with him.
Yes, he'll get out the back a little.
Yeah, he will.
The barrier won't. Where he gets out the back a little. He's not a good. Can't go early much.
But watch out over the closing stages.
Yeah, he'll run home well.
Now, what about Touch the Groom? Can he get the distance?
I think he will. I haven't had either of them on wet, damp tracks or anything. We've always had good. I have had good tracks with them, but I think both of them will run well. I give them both. They've both got chances.
Sure.
Yeah,
he gives the indication you'll get a 2 mile, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah, he does. He's very fit. So, and I'm very pleased with him.
Now, speaking of fit, how are you?
Oh, quite good.
Good
Lucky.
on you, Joe. You look well.
Got to.
Yeah.
Keep working.
Yeah, as you always do.
You always do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, George, I hope to be speaking to you after the big race, mate.
Thank you. That'll be great if it works.
Yeah,
if it comes
I think got a sneaking suspicion we will be.
Good
to
on
see you, George. All the best.
Yeah, I hope you're a good judge. I'm expecting them to run well.
I wish I was half the judge that you are, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, there, George Hanlon, the master horseman. Yeah, he really is something very special, isn't he, Matt?
He certainly is, and 2 very good chances. Mr. Prudent and, of course, Touch the Groom. Damien Oliver riding Touch the Groom for George in the Adelaide Cup. That's still to come this afternoon, but runners are at the gates for the 5th at Flemington and about to move in. Let's update the Liz Davenport Classic from Morphettville. That's next. 490 Romualdo, 430 John's Brother. Arrogance, Bellball and Calming are all around 10-1 on the TAB. Then we head over to 780 Regal Kiss, 11 Stand By Me, and they are the main ones for the 6th event. $10 there for Abyssinian, number 17, Luke Curry's mount. That's Morphettville. Now here's a riding change. It's in the 8th event at Morphettville. Number 9, Finnis Lady, is David Tootle replacing Brian Park. Race 8, number 9, David Tootle. Let's hear from Jason Holder as we go back to Morphettville.
Well, Jace, good to catch up with you. Regal Kiss, I thought it was a fairly good effort last start.
Yeah, it was, Alpha. We drew very wide and we got caught off the track. But in saying that, we travelled really well. I got into the straight and I thought I was a winner. And the last furlong, she just got a bit tired. So being wide, I think, just took the edge off her.
You'll race more forward today? You've drawn a little bit better?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure we'll go forward and hopefully we can slot in somewhere, Alfie. And being the 1100 a bit shorter, I think she'll appreciate that for sure.
Now, you've won the Adelaide Cup in the past. Rum, can it make it 2 for you?
I hope so, Alf. I tell you, I'll be having some rum if it wins. Nah, not really. No, he should run really well. He ran 3rd last start, and I thought it was a good run, competitive run, and I'm sure he'll be in it with a big chance.
The conditions obviously suit him too, because his only win was in fact on slow ground.
Yeah, talking to Dean, he said he doesn't like it too wet, so this probably suits him down in the ground because the track's probably holding up really well. And the horse he is, he's just a nice little stayer, or big star actually, and he should be competitive.
And Glitzy Guru for the boss.
Yeah, she should race well. She's at the top of her form now. She won last start, and hopefully she's at the peak of her fitness and should go on.
Good luck. Good to see you.
Thanks, Alf.
There he is, Jason Holder, one of Adelaide's leading jockeys, and he's got 2 really nice rides with Regal Kiss and Rum.
Thanks, Alf. They're ready to run at Flemington.
Also in the market is Regal Kiss number 9. Now, you're getting overs on the tote for both of those. So you're getting good value for both Romolada and also for Regal Kiss. In the market is John's Brother number 4. It would probably be the 3rd elect. And the others are double figures or better. Bell Ball being one of them, along with Stand By Me. Righto, Alf, what's your late mail?
Graham, I'm sticking with my early selection, number 2, Romolada. I just think going around a corner suits it much better. I know it's drawn a little bit awkwardly, but it comes in a few gates after the scratchings here. It does look very well, and I've watched this horse on several occasions now, and as I say, round a corner genuinely will help this horse to finish off much better. I put number 7, Bell Ball, in. I thought it would the 1100 would suit perfectly. Looks very good, and I thought it drew 5. Drawn perfectly to have the nice, easy run in transit here and to come out and finish off. Number 4, John's Brother, consistent galloper, continually runs well. Number 9, Regal Kiss, I thought its run in the Yallambi was very good indeed, was forced to cover a bit of ground. It's going to get a better run today. And one that also did run very well the other day, does represent fair value too, in my opinion, is number 17, Abyssinian, drawn nicely, was only beaten 4 lengths in the Yallambi Classic, and that was an unfair margin because it should have finished closer than that. And we've continually seen how horses have performed in the Goodwood Handicap, and again today, form out of the Yallambi Classic. It's a very, very good race and a great form race. 2 Romolada on top, 7 Bell Ball, 4 John's Brother, 9 Regal Kiss, and don't forget Abyssinian.
If you've got enough to put that one in as well. Okay. And expect Romolada to tighten in. It is tightening in now on the tote, but it is a clear-cut favourite. A very good field here for the Liz Davenport Classic. 1,100 metres the distance, and the race is coming up very soon.
We'll be back shortly. Moving in, Flemington, race 5. 4th in the event was number 1, What a Blast. 14, 16, 7 and 1 with the official placings. Race 5 at Flemington, standing by for weight. Canterbury in 10, X-Ray, Promising Beauty, El-Zip and Piper's Reign, 13, 6, 12 and 4. We'll start with Piper's Reign 30, 7:30 Sports Flyer, 5:10 Promising Beauty, 2:40 Dreams Cafe and Hard to Please 22. 15 Freestyler, 11 Deninda, 13 El-Zip, 21 X-Ray, 23 Poor Marmere and Vostok at $26. And that's Canterbury in 10. Here's Hilton at Morphettville.
Just 4 more to move in. Star Miss comes forward. Regal Kiss goes in. So they're nearly ready for the Liz Davenport Classic. Calming, Rider adjusting the saddle there. Brett Preble out the back. Transparent Lover comes up. She was first around to the barriers. Transparent Lover. Romolada is next along, and that will leave Calming. Preble's happy. He's adjusted the saddle on Calming. So we're just about ready. Calming comes forward. Should be a dash this one. 1,100 metres for the Liz Davenport Classic. Just Calming to move in. Favourite is number 2, Romolada. 440, 480 for John's Brother, number 4. And they're ready to run. This race preceding the Cup. Set, just awaiting a light. There it is. Racing in the Liz Davenport Classic. And beginning fast out wide, Romolada's going quickly. Agalia quickly into stride with Transparent Lover. Also there in the early stages was Aragon's with Stand By Me, Regal Kiss and Tully Dane starting to boot through. Just behind these was Irish Jonty, followed by Star Miss, Abyssinian getting back from Calming. Then John's Brother and 2 away, Bell Ball. Transparent Lover on the outside of Stand By Me has the neck in front. 3rd, Tully Dane. Fourth, Regal Kiss around Irish Jonty from Romolada, then Agalia Star Miss, and then Calming just behind them, coming around the turn from Arrogance, then Abyssinian, well back John's brother, and last turning for home is Bell Bull. They've got 400 metres to go, and Regal Kiss has cruised up on the outside of Tully Dane to take the lead. Stand By Me couldn't hold them. Arrogance behind them, getting through, deeper out Calming, and Agalia starting to run on strongly at the 200. Regal Kiss the leader from Calming, then Tully Dane, and behind them out wide Bell Bull making some ground. Regal Kiss and Calming. Regal Kiss on the inside of Calming. Calming's put the head in front, and Calming will beat Regal Kiss. 2 away third, Bell Bull. Abyssinian ran on. Close up Romolada and also Agalia. Then came Tully Dane. Well back to John's brother. Arrogance dropped out from Transparent Lover and Stand By Me. They all capitulated. Star Miss and Irish Jonty, not racing well, was a long last in 1:04.08. Calming, ridden by Brett Preble for Bill Mitchell at Caulfield, has overpowered them. Number 8, 14.20 and 3.90. Came from a fair way back too. Regal Kiss, she was determined right to the end. She's gone under about a half. Jason Holder, Leon McDonald. And third will be Bell Bull, number 7, which came from last on the turn. Peter Mertens, Russell Cameron. That's what they'll be on the Liz Davenport, 8, 9 and 7 in 1:04.08 as we head now to the Adelaide Cup. And the scratchings are 6 Yaradano, 20 Don Arch, 23 Mystic Melody, 24 Satisha, and David Carney's worked hard because he's picked up the ride at 50 kilos on number 21, Break the Bank. Numbers official now, Matt, 897.
Righto, Hilt, thank you. Good luck with your call in the Adelaide Cup, which is coming up next there from South Australia. She's a very honest mare, Calming. That was her 6th win from 23 starts. So she's certainly paid away, including that very good victory today. 8, 9 and 7. Now, Majestic Avenue 25, Asia and Cardinal Colours 14, The Hind 18 and Home Wrecker at $6. And then it's 33 Oxford dollar, 8.60 Touch the Groom, 17 Pantani, Rum 16, 14 Firetain, Eels 100, $8.80 Silver Baron, and Zamarin is at $12. 32 Dark Wine, 88 Condy's Fair, 27 The A-Train, 64 West Texas, and Break the Bank is at 100 to 1. The smoke-free Adelaide Cup is coming up in 12 minutes. Openers Canterbury, Alloy, Impreza, Keen to Dance and Covina, 1, 3, 9 and 6.
Big field going onto the track, and Alfie has cast his eye over the field. What have you come up with here?
Well, Graham, this is a very, very difficult race. You know, you can make excuses for a lot of horses that are well weighted, like Mr. Prudent, but look, I've settled on number 8, Home Wrecker. I just think he will improve a little bit on his performance last start in running second here in the Carlton Draft. I thought the performance was very good, and as I say, he should strip a little fitter. It looks particularly well. I put number 2, Yammer, in. Hasn't drawn nicely, but I really do believe the conditions will suit well. And I actually did a hamstring the other morning chasing him around the bull ring, and he looked very good indeed. I've also included 15 Silver Baron, the 3-year-old, I believe will run the trip, and 16 Zamarin, I think is drawn to have a perfect run and will run the trip right out. I've marked them 8 ahead of 2, 15 and 16 at this stage.
Okay, this stage. All right. We've got about 7 minutes to go for the
They're going to come back.
We certainly are. All right. And the favourites, well, will probably be Home Wrecker. The favourite ahead of Touch the Groom, which has been very well tried. I'm standing alongside the connections here, and they're very excited, understandably, with Damien Oliver to ride. We'll take a break. Back with a big race and a tick. And welcome back to Morphettville in South Australia. Yes, the fabulous Morphettville track. And it has undergone tremendous refurbishment and has really shown up today just how good this fabulous track is when you consider the rain that they've had over the last 4 or 5 days here. We're heading into the smoke-free Adelaide Cup, 3,200 metres the distance, $400,000 in prize money, and it really is a big race here, of course, in Adelaide, big crowd. As we thank you, Bruce Abernathy, for Channel 7 in South Australia, who have just joined us for our coverage here this afternoon. And we're going to have a look at the horses. They head down to the barrier stalls. You've had another good look at them, Alf, in the parade yard, and you're sticking with Home Wrecker.
Yes, Graham, look, I just think he's drawn nicely to have an easy run in transit. I thought his performance in the Carlton draft was very good. He just weakened over the concluding stages. He will be fitter from that performance. That was only his first run since the Sydney Cup, and I think it holds him in good stead for an event like this. I put in number 2, Yammer. Now, this horse should improve after being disappointing in the Carlton draft. I think the softer conditions here today suit absolutely perfectly. Drawn a little bit awkward, but nevertheless, he's been sparked up a little bit during the week. He was actually put in the bull ring, and I actually did a hamstring chasing him around the bull ring for Tony Noonan. And the horse looks very well, and I'm sure he won't let his supporters down. I put in the 3-year-old Silver Baron to run very well. Drops quite a bit in weight after running a gallant second in the South Australian Derby. 3-year-olds have a very good record in this particular event. He hung in over the concluding stages, and I believe that was the only thing that actually beat him. Today, Brendan Fenwick will be well aware of the fact that he does hang in. He'll have the whip in the left hand over the concluding stages and will run well. For my 4th selections, I put in number 16, Zamarin.
OK, we're going to take a break, and our coverage today proudly brought to you by the Adelaide Cup, smoke-free Adelaide Cup Carnival. Back in a moment.
Would it be too impolite for me to ask?
3,200 metres for the smoke-free Adelaide Cup. Well, the master horseman, George Hanlon, who's won this race no less than 4 times, Alf. He's got 2 runners in it. Mr. Prudent, beaten an eyelash in the Sydney Cup. Yeah. And, of course, the other one is Touch the Groom, which certainly gives the indication that it can run out the 2 miles.
Yeah, Touch the Groom is probably a little bit disappointing at Warrnambool, in my opinion. But, oh, look, George, you can't knock him. He certainly knows how to have his horses 100% for a 2-mile event, and he's got a fantastic record. And they'll both run well. Firetain, Stewie Webb's horse, won the Carlton draft, had a good run on that particular occasion, and really should have a nice run today as well. It's a very open race, Graham, a lot of chances, but I'll stick with Home Wrecker.
What about the 3-year-old Silver Baron?
Well, I've included him in my selections. I thought he was very gallant in defeat in the South Australian Derby. Hung in over the concluding stages, which I believe cost him defeat in that particular event. But I think he'll strip a little fitter today, and Brendan Fenwick will be well aware of the fact that he does lay in.
What about way down in the weights, the A train, trained by Cliffy Brown?
I would have preferred it had the track have stayed a little better. The softer conditions I don't think are in his favour.
And Rum?
Rum, well, he's only won 1 race on a slow track, will run the trip right out.
The Hind won this race in 1998.
Had a nice preparation going into this event. He's kept him fairly fresh after his second in the Onkaparinga Cup at Oakbank. Done a little bit of jumping in between time, and I think you find might run a cheeky race at big odds.
Still a few of them out here. Cardinal Colours, the West Australian.
Well, the only query about Cardinal Colours is the track conditions. It's never seen a wet track before, obviously coming from Perth. But it was a terrific run in the Carlton draft where they went out at a very fast pace and didn't finish all that far away from them.
Condy's Fair just going into line there, number 18, Simon Price aboard.
Yeah, I think this race is a little bit too strong for him at this stage. Form going into the race is a little bit average.
OK, and the Warrnambool Cup winner, Majestic Avenue, moving up.
Again, the soft conditions may not be perfect for him, but he looks particularly well under saddle in the